Hey warriors, there's a storm brewing outside your window. Not the kind made of rain and thunder, but the kind built from noise, opinions, distractions, and expectations. The world throws chaos at your door every single day, demanding that you react, that you break, that you bend to its rhythm. It whispers that you're not enough. It shouts that you're too much. It pulls you in 1,000 directions, hoping you'll forget the one direction that matters most. Inward. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." These words weren't written in comfort. They were carved in the margins of war, in the silence between battles, by a man who ruled an empire, yet understood that true power lives in the space between what happens to us and how we choose to respond. Life doesn't ask permission before it tests you. It doesn't wait for you to be ready. It arrives unannounced, carrying heartbreak, disappointment, loss, and uncertainty. And in those moments when the ground feels unsteady beneath your feet, you have a choice. You can let the storm consume you, or you can become the calm within it. That's not denial. That's not pretending the pain doesn't exist. It's recognizing that your reaction, your mindset, your inner dialogue holds more weight than any external force ever could. This isn't about being unfeeling. It's about being unmoved by what you cannot control. It's about understanding that 93% of the problems we carry aren't problems at all. They're reactions. They are the stories we tell ourselves when we forget who we truly are. They are the weight we pick up voluntarily and carry as if it's our identity. Today you're going to learn 12 life lessons rooted in Stoicism, the ancient philosophy that taught emperors and slaves alike how to find peace in chaos, strength in silence, and freedom in acceptance. These aren't just concepts. They are tools. They are keys to doors you didn't know were locked. And once you open them, you'll see that the life you've been chasing was waiting inside you all along. Each lesson will challenge you. Some will comfort you, others will shake the foundation of what you thought you knew. But all of them will bring you closer to the version of yourself that no longer flinches at storms because you've learned to carry your own sky. So before we begin, I need something from you. If this message resonates, if something inside you knows you're ready for this shift, hit that like button, drop a comment, share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe to this channel because we're building a community of people who refuse to stay broken. And whatever you do, don't skip a single part of this video. Every lesson builds on the last. Every word is here for a reason. This isn't content. This is transformation. The world wants a reaction, but you're about to learn how to give it a response. And that response starts with belief. Lesson 1. Believe in yourself when no one else does. Believing in yourself is the first secret of success. No plan works if you don't believe you're worthy of seeing it through. Let's start with the hardest truth you'll hear today. Your life will never rise higher than your belief in yourself, not your talent, not your connections, not even your effort. Belief is the soil. Everything else is just a seed. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be and then do what you have to do." He didn't say dream it. He didn't say wish it. He said say it to yourself first, because belief begins as a whisper in your own mind before it becomes a reality in the world. Think about the plans you've abandoned, the goals you set on January 1st that died by February, the promises you made to yourself that you broke before anyone else even knew they existed. Why did they fail? Was it lack of time? Lack of resources? Or was it something quieter, something deeper, a voice inside that said, "Who are you kidding?" That voice is a liar, but it's convincing. It uses your past against you. It takes every mistake, every failure, every moment you fell short, and builds a case. It tells you that evidence of your unworthiness is stacked too high to ignore. And if you listen long enough, you'll believe it. You'll stop trying. You'll settle. But here's what Stoicism teaches. You are not your past. You are not the sum of your failures. You are the consciousness observing them, learning from them, and choosing what comes next. That choosing power, That's sacred. That's where belief is born. Believing in yourself doesn't mean you're perfect. It doesn't mean you won't stumble. It means you've decided that your potential is worth pursuing even when the outcome is uncertain. It means you stop waiting for permission from the world and start giving it to yourself. Real belief shows up differently. It's quiet. It's steady. It doesn't need applause. It just keeps moving one step at a time. Even when no one's watching, you want to fix your problems. Start here. Look in the mirror and say, I am worthy of the life I'm building. I am capable of seeing this through. I don't need to be perfect. I just need to believe I'm worth a try. Say it even if you don't fully feel it yet. Say it until the doubt gets quieter. Say it until belief becomes your default setting. The world is full of talented people who never made it, smart people who stayed stuck, dreamers who never did. The difference? Belief, not arrogance, not entitlement. Just a simple, solid knowing that you belong in the arena of your own life. You do. You always have. Speak this into existence below. I am worthy of every goal I set. Lesson 2. Guard your mind like a fortress. A negative mind will never give you a positive life. You become what you think. Guard your thoughts like treasure. Your mind is not neutral ground. It's a garden. Whatever you plant there, whatever you water, whatever you allow to take root, that's what grows. You can't scatter seeds of doubt, worry, and bitterness and expect to harvest peace. It doesn't work that way. It never has. Seneca wrote, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Most of the pain you carry isn't happening right now. It happened yesterday or you fear it will happen tomorrow. But right now, in this moment, you are safe. You are breathing. You are here. Yet your mind convinces you otherwise because you've trained it to search for danger, expect disappointment, rehearse disaster. That's what a negative mind does. It doesn't protect you. It imprisons you. One setback becomes a life sentence. One opinion becomes your identity. It takes uncertainty and paints it black before you've even seen the color. Here's the hardest truth. You become what you think. Not sometimes. Not eventually. Always. Your thoughts shape your emotions. Your emotions drive your actions. Your actions create your results. Those results reinforce the very thoughts that started the cycle. If you think you're unworthy, you'll act unworthy. You'll attract situations that confirm it. And then you'll say, see, I knew I wasn't good enough. This is why guarding your thoughts isn't optional. It's survival. You wouldn't drink poison and expect your body to thrive. So why consume toxic thoughts and expect your life to flourish? Every time you replay criticism, predict failure, or tell yourself you're not capable, you're drinking poison. And the damage is real, even if invisible. But here's the empowering truth. If your thoughts build the prison, your thoughts can also build the key. Start small. Catch negativity creeping in. Don't judge it. Don't fight it. Just notice it. Say, that's a thought, not a truth. Replace it with something that serves you. Not fake positivity. Not pretending everything's perfect. Something real. Something constructive. This is hard, but you've handled hard before. You're capable of finding the answer. You can do this. And every time you choose a better thought, you're building a better life. Negativity is a thief. It robs joy, energy, hope, and possibility. And you can choose to close the door. Stand guard. Protect your mind. It is sacred ground. Drop this powerful truth in the comments. I guard my mind with intention and strength. Lesson 3. Make every day count. Don't count the days. Make the days count. Time doesn't wait. Use each day to leave a mark, not a tally. You're not promised tomorrow. I know you know that. But do you live like you know it? Or do you scroll, postpone, and tell yourself you'll start living when the timing's better, when you're ready, when things settle down? Marcus Aurelius said, think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life. Now take what's left and live it properly. That's not morbid. That's clarity. Because the moment you realize time isn't infinite, you stop wasting it on things that don't matter. We count days like we're keeping score. 2 more days until Friday, 30 more days until vacation, 5 more years until retirement. We measure time by how fast we can escape the present. And in doing so, we miss the only time we actually have, now. You're not living in the future. You're not living in the past. You're living right here, right now. This moment, this unremarkable ordinary Tuesday afternoon, is your life. Not the highlight reel, not the big moments you're waiting for. This right here. So the question isn't how many days you have left. The question is, what are you doing with the one you're standing in? Making the days count doesn't mean every moment has to be extraordinary. It means you stop sleepwalking through your own existence. It means you show up. You engage. You choose presence over numbness. You stop treating today like a placeholder for someday. Maybe making today count means having that conversation you've been avoiding. Maybe it means finally starting the project that's been living in your head for months. Maybe it's as simple as putting your phone down and actually looking at the people you love. It doesn't have to be grand. It just has to be intentional. Time doesn't wait for you to feel ready. It doesn't pause for your fear, your doubt, or your excuses. It moves forward, indifferent and unstoppable. Every day you spend waiting for the perfect moment is a day you'll never get back. There's no perfect moment. There's only this one, and it's already slipping through your fingers. The Stoics understood this deeply. They practiced memento mori. Remember, you must die, not to be depressing, but to be awake. To remember that life is short and precious and not to be squandered on resentment, distraction, or delay. Stop counting. Stop waiting. Stop treating your days like they are disposable. Each one is a gift wrapped in 24 hours with no guarantee of another. You can spend it mindlessly, or you can spend it meaningfully. You can let it pass, or you can leave a mark on yourself, on others, on the world. That mark doesn't have to be visible to everyone. It just has to be real to you. A decision to be kinder today, try harder, forgive faster, love deeper, stop postponing the life you want, and start building it one present moment at a time. The days are counting themselves. The question is, are you making them count? Commit to this moment. Type in the comments, "Today is my life, and I will live it fully." Lesson 4. Stay positive in negative situations. If you can stay positive in a negative situation, you win. Calm is your power. Your response is your victory. Winning doesn't always look like triumph. Sometimes it looks like silence. Sometimes it looks like walking away. Sometimes it looks like staying steady when everything around you is falling apart. That's not weakness. That's mastery. Epictetus taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Those words have echoed through centuries because they hold a truth most people never grasp. You can't control the chaos, but you can control yourself within it. And that control, that's where your real power lives. Negative situations are inevitable. Betrayal, loss, disappointment, failure. They are not anomalies. They are part of the human experience. The world doesn't owe you fairness. It doesn't owe you ease. It just is. And within that reality, you have one choice that changes everything: how you respond. Most people react. They explode. They collapse. They let the negativity infect them until they become the very energy they are trying to escape. They match anger with anger, chaos with chaos, pain with bitterness. And in doing so, they lose twice, once to the situation and once to themselves. But staying positive in negative situations doesn't mean pretending everything's fine. It doesn't mean slapping on a smile and ignoring the hurt. It means choosing not to let the situation steal your peace. It means refusing to give your power away to circumstances, people, or outcomes you cannot control. Think about the last time someone tried to provoke you. Maybe they insulted you, dismissed you, or pushed your buttons intentionally. If you reacted, if you snapped back, if you let them pull you into their storm, they won. They controlled your emotions. They dictated your energy. But if you stayed calm, if you responded with clarity instead of chaos, if you refused to match their frequency, you won. Not because you dominated them, but because you remained sovereign over yourself. Calm is not passive. Calm is power in its purest form. It's the ability to stand in the fire without becoming the flame. It's the strength to witness negativity without absorbing it. It's the discipline to pause, breathe, and choose a response instead of surrendering to impulse. The Stoics called this apatheia, not apathy, but freedom from destructive emotions. It's a practice of observing what's happening without being swept away by it. It's the wisdom to know your peace is more valuable than proving a point, winning an argument, or getting revenge. When you stay positive in negative situations, you send a message to yourself and the world. I am not a puppet of my circumstances. I'm not controlled by external chaos. I choose my state of mind. I choose my energy. I choose my response. And that choice is your victory. This doesn't happen overnight. It takes practice. It takes catching yourself mid-reaction and redirecting. It takes reminding yourself that losing your calm is losing the game, no matter how justified your anger feels. But every time you choose calm over chaos, you become stronger. Every time you refuse to be shaken, you build unshakable character. Negative situations will test you. Let them, and when they do, show them who you've become. Show them that you can't be broken by what you cannot control. Let the world see your strength. Comment below, my calm is my victory. Lesson 5. Your mindset is your greatest asset. Your greatest asset in the world is your mindset. Nothing outside you matters more than what you believe inside. Strip away the money. Strip away the status, the titles, the possessions, the achievements. Take it all away. What's left? Your mindset. And that, more than anything you'll ever own, determines the quality of your life. Marcus Aurelius understood this when he wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts, not your circumstances, not your bank account, not who likes you or who doesn't." Your thoughts shape your life because your mindset is a lens through which you see everything. Change the lens, and you change your world. Two people can face the same obstacle. One sees a dead end. The other sees a detour. Same situation. Different mindsets. Different outcomes. One quits. One adapts. One blames. One learns. And years later, their lives look nothing alike. Not because they were dealt different cards, but because they played the same cards differently. Your mindset isn't fixed. It's not something you're born with and stuck with forever. It's something you build, shape, and refine every single day through the thoughts you entertain, the beliefs you reinforce, and the stories you tell yourself about who you are and what's possible. A scarcity mindset sees limits everywhere. It says there's never enough opportunity, never enough love, never enough success to go around. It hoards, it competes, it fears, and it creates a life that reflects those fears, small, defensive, and always lacking. But an abundance mindset sees possibility. It says, if not this, then something better. It trusts. It grows. It believes setbacks are setups, and every closed door redirects you toward the right one. And it creates a life that reflects that belief, expansive, generous, and always evolving. Nothing outside you has more power than your mindset. You can have wealth and feel miserable. You can have health and feel empty. You can have success and still feel like a failure because external things don't complete you. They amplify what's already inside. If your mindset is broken, success will just give you a bigger platform to suffer on. But if your mindset is strong, rooted in gratitude, resilience, and growth, you can face loss and still find meaning. You can face failure and still find hope. You can face uncertainty and still feel peace because your inner foundation is unshakable. Treat your mindset like the treasure it is. Protect it from negativity. Feed it with wisdom. Challenge it when it limits you. Expand it when it feels too small. Your mindset isn't static. It's alive, waiting for you to take control of it. The world will try to shape your mindset. It will tell you what to fear, what to want, what to believe about yourself. But you don't have to accept that programming. You can reprogram yourself. You can choose beliefs that serve you. You can build a mindset that builds a life you actually want. Declare your power in the comments. My mindset is my greatest wealth. Lesson 6. Don't quit, endure the storm. Nothing lasts forever, not even pain. The night always breaks into morning. Endurance reveals light. You're standing in the dark right now, aren't you? Maybe not physically, but somewhere inside there's a part of you that feels like the weight will never lift, like the struggle is permanent, like this is just how life is going to be from now on. I need you to hear this. You're wrong, and that's the best news you'll get today. Nothing lasts forever, not even pain, not even this moment. The Stoics had a phrase for this, amor fati, love of fate. Not because everything that happens is good, but because everything that happens is temporary. Pain is a visitor, not a resident. It knocks, it lingers for a season, and then it leaves. But only if you don't quit before it does. Quitting feels like relief in the moment. It feels rational when you're exhausted, when you've tried everything, when nothing seems to be working. But quitting is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. You stop the pain, yes, but you also stop the possibility. You close the door just before it was about to open. Think about the darkest night you ever experienced. Maybe it was grief, maybe failure, maybe loneliness so heavy you didn't think you'd survive it. But you did. You're here. You made it through. And somewhere along the way, without noticing, the night broke. Morning came, not because you forced it, not because you deserved it, simply because that's what morning does. Endurance isn't glamorous. It doesn't get applause. It's not the highlight reel moment people celebrate. It's the quiet decision you make at 3 a.m. when no one's watching. Every part of you wants to give up, but you don't. You take one more breath. You wake up one more day. You try one more time. That's endurance. That's where light is born. Seneca wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does a body." Your pain isn't pointless. It's building something inside you that comfort never could. It's teaching you that you're stronger than you thought. It's proving you can hold on when letting go will be easier. One day, when you're standing in the light again, you'll look back and realize the dark wasn't trying to destroy you. It was trying to refine you. But you had to stay. You had to endure. You had to trust that the sun doesn't stop rising just because you can't see it yet. Quitting guarantees one thing. You'll never know what was possible. If you just held on a little longer, you'd have seen the breakthrough one step away. You'd have met the version of yourself the pain was preparing. So don't quit. Not today. Not when you're this close. The night is long, but not infinite. Morning is coming. And when it does, you'll be standing there, not because it was easy, but because you refuse to let the dark convince you it was forever. Endurance reveals light. Always has, always will. Lesson 7. Your inner voice shapes your life. The way you speak to yourself matters more than anything else. Your inner voice writes your story. Let it speak with respect. There's a voice inside your head that never stops talking. It narrates your day. It judges your choices. It predicts your future. And here's the part most people never realize. That voice has more influence over your life than any other voice you'll ever hear. Not your parents, not your partner, not your boss. You. The way you speak to yourself is writing your story in real time. Epictetus said, "If you wish to be good, first believe that you are bad." But he didn't mean stay there. He meant be honest about where you are so you can grow from it, not so you can crucify yourself daily for not being perfect. There's a difference between accountability and abuse, and many cross that line without realizing it. Listen to how you talk to yourself when you make a mistake. Do you say, "I mess up, but I'll learn from this"? Or do you say, "I'm so stupid. I always ruin everything. I'll never get it right"? One is feedback. The other is warfare. When you wage war against yourself, you've already lost. You wouldn't let a stranger talk to you the way you talk to yourself. You wouldn't watch someone you love neglect their health, ignore their dreams, or stay in situations that drain them without saying something. So why is it acceptable when it comes from you? The most powerful shift you can make is learning to speak to yourself the way you'd speak to someone you love. With patience, with kindness, with understanding that growth is messy and mistakes are part of the process. You don't need to be harsher on yourself to be better. You need to be wiser. Start paying attention. Catch the negative self-talk before it spirals. When you hear, "I can't do this," pause, reframe. "I can't do this yet, but I'm learning." When you hear, "I'm a failure," stop, correct. "I failed at something, but I am not my failures." Words matter. The words you speak to yourself matter most. Your inner voice is a pen writing your autobiography. Every harsh word is a chapter of suffering. Every compassionate word is a chapter of healing. You get to decide what story you're telling. Are you the hero overcoming obstacles or the victim drowning in them? Respect yourself enough to speak with respect. You're not perfect. You're not supposed to be. But you are worthy of your own kindness. You are deserving of your own grace. Make this vow: I speak to myself with kindness and respect. Lesson 8. There is no growth without discomfort. Comfort protects the familiar. Discomfort builds a future. You've been taught to avoid discomfort, to seek ease, to make life as smooth and painless as possible. And while comfort feels safe, it's also a cage. Nothing grows in comfort. Not strength, not character, not wisdom. Comfort protects what you already have. Discomfort builds what you don't. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes a way." He wasn't speaking in riddles. He was telling you that the obstacle isn't blocking your path. It is your path. The discomfort you avoid is exactly where transformation lives. Think about every version of yourself you've ever been proud of. The one who overcame heartbreak. The one who pushed through fear. The one who stood up when it would have been easier to stay down. You didn't become that person in your comfort zone. You became that person because you were forced out of it, dragged through discomfort, and rebuilt on the other side. Discomfort is not your enemy. It is your teacher. It shows you where you're weak so you can become strong. It exposes where you're stuck so you can break free. It reveals what you're capable of when comfort is no longer an option. But most people run from it. They numb it. They avoid it. They choose the familiar pain of staying small over the unfamiliar pain of growing. And that's the trap. Comfort feels like safety, but it's really stagnation. It's the slow death of potential. It's the life you settle for because the life you want requires you to be uncomfortable first. It requires you to try and fail, to look foolish, to not know the answers, to feel awkward, uncertain, and exposed. And most people would rather stay comfortable and unfulfilled than uncomfortable and alive. But you're not most people. If you were, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be listening. You'd be scrolling past, looking for the easy answer, the shortcut, the way to grow without the growing pains. But there isn't one. There never was. Growth lives in the repetitions you don't want to do, in the conversations you're afraid to have, in the risks you're not sure you're ready for. It lives in the moment you choose the harder right over the easier wrong. That's where the future version of yourself is born, in the discomfort you stop running from. The Stoics practiced voluntary discomfort. They fasted. They slept on hard floors. They imagined losing everything they had. not because they were masochists, but because they understood that resilience is built, not given. They knew that if you only operate in comfort, the moment life takes it away, and you'll crumble. Stop waiting for it to feel easy. It won't. Stop waiting for the fear to go away. It won't. Stop waiting for growth to feel comfortable. It never does. Lean into discomfort. Embrace it. Let it shape you. Let it stretch you beyond the boundaries you've been hiding behind. Comfort protects who you are. Discomfort creates who you're becoming in the future you want. It's waiting on the other side of the discomfort you're avoiding right now. If you're choosing growth over comfort, say, I embrace discomfort as my path to growth. Lesson 9. Keep it private until it's permanent. Silence preserves strength. Let action speak when they are ready. You've felt it before, that rush of excitement when you set a new goal, that urge to tell everyone what you're about to do, who you're about to become, how everything is about to change. And maybe you did tell them. You announced it. You posted it. You made it public. And then what happened? The energy faded. The motivation dried up. The goal quietly died, and no one asked about it. Talking about it gave you the satisfaction without the work. The Stoics understood something most people miss. Premature celebration kills momentum. When you speak too soon, you trade the fuel of action for the sugar rush of validation. You get the applause before the performance. Seneca said, if you wish to be loved, love simple, quiet action over announcement. He didn't say, talk about loving people. He said, do it. Let the love speak for itself. The same applies to every goal, every dream, every promise you make to yourself. Keep it private until it's permanent. Let your actions do the talking. There's power in silence. When you work in private, when you build without broadcasting, when you move without the need for witnesses, you protect your energy. You keep it contained. You invest it in the work instead of spending it explaining the work. That energy compounds. It builds. It becomes something undeniable. When you share too soon, you invite opinions you didn't ask for, doubts you didn't need, questions that make you second-guess yourself. People project their fears onto your dreams. They tell you why it won't work, not because they're cool, but because they've never done it themselves. Their skepticism becomes noise in your head, drowning out the quiet knowing that made you start in the first place. Silence also protects you from the pressure of performance. When no one knows what you're building, you're free to fail privately. You're free to pivot, adjust, and learn without the weight of public expectation. You're free to grow at your own pace without the world watching and judging every misstep. This isn't about secrecy. It's about sanctity. Your goals are sacred. Your growth is sacred. Not everything needs to be shared. Not everything needs an audience. Some things are meant to be held close, nurtured in silence, and revealed only when they've matured into something real. Think of a seed. You don't dig it up every day to check if it's growing. You don't invite the neighborhood to watch it sprout. You plant it, water it, and trust the process. And one day, without announcement, it breaks through the soil. That's how transformation works. Quietly, privately, until it's ready to be seen. Keep your plans to yourself. Work in silence. Let your results be the announcement. Let your transformation be the proof. Let your consistency be the statement. And when it's permanent, when it's undeniable, when it's no longer just a goal but a reality, then you can share, not for validation, not for applause, but as evidence that silence and action build what words never could. Comment this if you understand the power of silence. I build in silence and let success make the noise. Lesson 10. Never tolerate disrespect, not even from yourself. Self-worth starts with how you treat your own reflection. You've drawn lines in the sand. You've decided what you'll accept from others and what you won't. You know when someone crosses a boundary. You recognize disrespect when it comes from outside. But here's the question no one asks. Do you recognize it when it comes from within? Every time you break a promise to yourself, that's disrespect. Every time you ignore your own needs to please someone else, that's disrespect. Every time you settle for less than you deserve because you don't believe you're worth more, that's disrespect. And it's the most dangerous kind because it's self-inflicted. It's the wound you keep reopening while wondering why you're not healing. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Reject your sense of injury and the injury itself disappears." But what happens when you're the one causing the injury? What happens when the disrespect isn't coming from the world, but from the person staring back at you in the mirror? Self-respect isn't arrogance. It's not thinking you're better than anyone else. It's simply refusing to treat yourself worse than anyone else. If you wouldn't accept certain words, behaviors, or standards from another person, you shouldn't accept them from yourself either. You wouldn't let someone you love talk to themselves the way you talk to yourself. You wouldn't watch them neglect their health, ignore their dreams, or stay in situations that drain them without saying something. So why is it acceptable when you do it to yourself? You get the leftovers of your own life. You're everyone else's priority, but your own comes last. Self-worth begins the moment you decide you matter, not when you achieve something, not when someone validates you, not when conditions are perfect. Right now, as you are, flawed, imperfect, still growing, you matter. And how you treat yourself teaches the world how to treat you. When you tolerate your own disrespect, you set the standard. You signal to yourself and everyone watching that this is acceptable, that you're negotiable, that your boundaries are suggestions, not requirements. People will treat you exactly as you treat yourself, with the same level of care, attention, and respect you show your own worth. Stop waiting for permission to honor yourself. Stop apologizing for having standards. Stop shrinking so others feel comfortable. You're allowed to expect more from yourself and for yourself. You're allowed to walk away from what diminishes you, even when what's diminishing you is your own behavior. The Stoics believe in wosis, the idea that self-care is the foundation of all other virtues. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't love others well if you treat yourself with contempt. You can't build a meaningful life if you're constantly tearing yourself down. Start treating yourself like someone you're responsible for helping. Speak kindly. Set boundaries. Keep promises. Prioritize rest. Say no when you need to. Say yes when it serves you. Stop betraying yourself to keep the peace. Stop accepting crumbs when you deserve the whole table. Disrespect ends the moment you refuse to participate in it. Even when it's coming from you, especially when it's coming from you. Because self-worth isn't something you find. It's something you build, one respectful choice at a time. Stand in your worth. Type below, I honor myself with every choice I make. Lesson 11. Better days are coming. Be patient. Storms don't last. Hope is a quiet seed with strong roots. You're tired of waiting. Tired of holding on. Tired of believing that better days are coming when all you see is more the same. I understand. Patience feels like punishment when you're hurting. It feels like denial when you're desperate for change. But patience isn't passive. It's active trust. It's continuing to plant seeds even when the harvest feels impossibly far away. Seneca wrote, "All cruelty springs from weakness." And sometimes the cruelty is a voice in your head telling you that this is all there is, that it won't get better, that hoping is foolish and patience is pointless. Don't listen to it. Better days are coming. Not because you wish for them, not because you deserve them, but because storms, by their very nature, don't last. They move through. They exhaust themselves. They clear the air and leave space for light. And you're in the middle of a storm right now, but that doesn't mean you'll be in it forever. Patience doesn't mean doing nothing. It means doing what you can with what you have while trusting that your effort isn't wasted just because you can't see the results yet. A farmer doesn't plant a seed and dig it up the next day to check for progress. They water it. They tend the soil. They trust the process. And weeks later, something breaks through the surface. That's how life works. That's how growth works. Even when progress is invisible, Roots are forming. Strength is building. The version of you that's going to walk into better days is being shaped right now, in the waiting, in the patience, in the moment you chose to keep going even when you couldn't see the point. Hope isn't naive. It's not pretending everything's fine. It's the quiet knowing that seasons change, pain is temporary, and the hard doesn't erase the possibility of the beautiful. Hope is a seed. You can't see it when it's planted. You can't see it while it's buried. But it's alive. It's working. And one day it will bloom. So be patient with your healing. Be patient with your progress. Be patient with the timing of your life. Everything you're working toward is still coming. Everything you prayed for is still possible. It just hasn't arrived yet. But that doesn't mean it won't. It means you're not done becoming the person who's ready to receive it. The storm will pass. The sun will return. Better days aren't a fantasy. They are a promise written into the nature of life itself. Light always follows dark. Morning always follows night. And your better days, they are already on their way. You just have to be patient enough to meet them when they arrive. Hold on. Keep going. Be patient. Hope is working even when you can't feel it. Comment below. Better days are coming, and I am ready. Lesson 12. No regrets in life, just lessons learned. What hurt you can still teach you. Carry the wisdom, not the weight. You've been carrying something that doesn't belong to you anymore. It's called regret, and it's heavy. Heavier than the mistake itself. Heavier than the failure. Heavier than the choice you wish you could undo. You've been dragging it behind you, letting it define you, letting it convince you that your past disqualifies you from your future. But it doesn't. It never did. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you respond to it that matters." And responding doesn't just mean in the moment. It means now, years later. It means deciding that what hurt you doesn't have to haunt you, that what taught you doesn't have to torment you. Regret is what happens when you focus on the wrong part of the story. You replay the mistake. You obsess over what you should have done differently. You punish yourself for not knowing then what you know now. But that's not fair. You made the best decision you could with the awareness you had at the time. And now you have more awareness. That's growth. Every mistake you made carried a lesson. Every wrong turn taught you something about the right path. Every person who hurt you showed you what you won't tolerate again. Every failure revealed a strength you didn't know you needed. But you'll never access those lessons if you're too busy drowning in regret. The wisdom is there. It's waiting for you. But it requires you to shift your perspective. To stop asking, "Why did this happen to me?" and start asking, "What did this teach me?" To stop seeing yourself as a victim of your past and start seeing yourself as a student of it. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it." Your past is fixed. You can't rewrite it. But your interpretation of it, that's yours to shape. You can carry it as a burden, or you can carry it as a bridge, as evidence of your unworthiness, or as proof of your resilience. This doesn't mean dismissing the pain. It doesn't mean pretending it didn't hurt. It means honoring what happened by extracting value from it, by refusing to let it be meaningless, by deciding that if you had to go through it, you're going to make damn sure it wasn't for nothing. Carry the wisdom, not the weight. Take the lesson. Leave the shame. Keep the growth. Release the guilt. You're not the same person who made that mistake. You've learned. You've evolved. You become someone who wouldn't make that choice again. That's the whole point. Regret keeps you stuck in a moment that no longer exists. But lessons move with you. They inform your future without imprisoning you in your past. They make you wiser without making you bitter. They remind you where you've been without dictating where you're going. Your past is not a life sentence. It's a classroom. And you've already paid the tuition. Stop auditing the same painful course over and over. Take the lesson. Pass the test. Graduate. Walk into your future lighter, wiser, and free from the weight you were never meant to carry. Write it down. Say it aloud. I carry wisdom, not weight. Lesson 13. Embrace change. It's your only constant. Life never stands still. Everything around you shifts, evolves, crumbles, and rebuilds. People change. Circumstances change. Even your own desires, thoughts, and beliefs change over time. And yet most of us resist this reality. We cling to what's familiar, even when it no longer serves us, because change feels uncomfortable, uncertain, and unsafe. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Observe constantly that all things take place by change, and accustom yourself to consider the nature of the universe as one thing and all its parts as another." Change isn't an enemy. It's a very medium through which life teaches you to grow, adapt, and rise above your limitations. When you resist change, you drain energy fighting something inevitable. You argue with reality, but reality doesn't care about your opinion. It moves forward, with or without your consent. Every argument against change leaves you weaker, anxious, and frustrated. Every time you flow with change, you conserve energy, gain clarity, and create space for opportunity. Think about the moments in your life when you face sudden shifts, an unexpected loss, a new responsibility, or a change you didn't plan. Those were the moments you had a choice: resist and suffer, or embrace and learn. Resistance prolongs pain. Acceptance accelerates growth. Embracing change doesn't mean you approve of every circumstance. It doesn't mean you stop trying to shape your life. It means you understand what's permanent, your values, your focus, your discipline, and what isn't: situations, opinions, fleeting emotions. Change is a teacher, sometimes harsh, sometimes subtle, always present. It reveals your weaknesses so you can strengthen them. It exposes your fears so you can face them. It tests your patience, resilience, and adaptability. And it rewards those who respond with wisdom rather than panic. Here's the truth. Nothing lasts forever. Not your fears, not your failures, not your victories. And that's exactly the gift of change. It reminds you that you are alive, that nothing is fixed, and that every moment is an opportunity to rise. So the next time the world shifts beneath your feet, pause, observe, accept, adapt. Don't fight it. Let the change shape you, teach you, and prepare you for the life you're meant to build. Write this in your mind and say it daily. I welcome change, for it carries my growth. I am adaptable, resilient, and prepared for whatever life brings. Lesson 14. Discipline is freedom. Discipline is not a limitation. It is a quiet, unshakable power that separates those who drift through life from those who shape it. Most people mistake freedom for doing whatever they want, whenever they want. But true freedom isn't chaos, it's mastery. It's the ability to choose your actions, your thoughts, and your energy instead of being controlled by impulses, distractions, or the opinions of others. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Consider this. Every time you give into distraction, every time you let habit dictate your day, every time you delay doing what matters most, you trade a piece of your freedom for comfort, for the illusion of ease. Discipline is a currency that buys back your life. Discipline is not punishment. It is structure that protects you from the chaos of external events. It's choosing to rise early to cultivate your body, to focus your mind, to pursue your goals relentlessly. It's saying no to what doesn't serve your growth, so you can say yes to what does. The more disciplined you are, the less chaos can invade your life. The more habits you master, the less you are a victim of circumstance. Think about your daily life. How often do small, undisciplined choices compound into lost opportunities, wasted time, or regret? Every decision you delay, every moment you let slip by, chips away at your potential. But each disciplined choice builds momentum. Each consistent action creates a foundation for success, resilience, and strength. Discipline transforms intention into reality. A disciplined mind sees beyond short-term pleasure and fear. A disciplined body endures when the world grows heavy. A disciplined life creates unshakable confidence because it proves over and over again that you can rely on yourself. Discipline gives you freedom to think, to create, to grow, and to live without apology. When you commit to your routines, your principles, and your values, you no longer need external validation. You are untouchable, not because you're untouchable by circumstance, but because you are in control of the only thing that truly matters, yourself. Repeat this truth daily. I am disciplined. In my discipline, I find freedom. I am the master of my actions, my thoughts, and my life. Lesson 15. Patience is power. Patience is not passivity. It is an active, deliberate strength that the impatient will never understand. Most people want results instantly. They chase, they push, they demand, but life rarely unfolds on their timetable. The Stoics taught that timing is not in our control. What is in our control is how we act while waiting. Patience allows you to navigate life's storms with calm, without being swept away by frustration, fear, or impulsive reactions. Seneca said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Every time you rush, every time you force outcomes, you lose clarity, you lose control, and you weaken your position. Patience strengthens your mind because it teaches you to endure uncertainty without panic. It allows you to see patterns, to understand situations deeply, and to make decisions rooted in wisdom instead of reaction. Patience is more than waiting. It is preparation. While others complain, fume, or act prematurely, the patient person grows quietly. They sharpen skills, gather knowledge, and position themselves for the moment when opportunity arrives. They understand that real progress is gradual, steady, and often invisible until the results appear. In practice, patience means staying consistent even when results are delayed. It means tolerating discomfort without giving in to irritation. It means trusting the process of life even when the path is unclear. The impatience see delay as an obstacle, the patience see delay as a teacher. They know that life rewards those who can endure, adapt, and stay steadfast. Consider the moments you've acted in haste. How many of those choices led to regret, wasted effort, or unnecessary stress? Now contrast that with times you waited, observed, and then acted with precision. The outcomes are different because patience creates space for wisdom, strategy, and timing. Patience is power because it allows you to rise above the frantic noise of the world. It teaches self-control, strengthens resilience, and enhances your ability to respond instead of react. When you combine patience with discipline, you become unstoppable. Your energy is conserved, your mind is focused, and your results are inevitable. Repeat this truth daily. I am patient. In my patience, I find power. I trust the process. I endure the wait, and I act with clarity and strength. Lesson 16. Action over words. Words are cheap. Anyone can speak, anyone can promise, anyone can proclaim. But action, that is the measure of character, strength, and integrity. The Stoics believe that deeds outweigh declarations every single time. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Words without action are like seeds that never touch soil. They may carry potential, but they will never grow. Too often, people announce their plans before they built the foundation. They tell the world about the change they intend to make, the habits they want to develop, the goals they want to achieve. And in that announcement, they trade the energy of doing for the fleeting validation of being seen. They exhaust their drive before the work has even begun. Action, however, is quiet. Action doesn't boast. Action doesn't seek applause. It builds, it strengthens, it compounds. When you focus on doing instead of telling, your results speak louder than any words ever could. It is in the silence of effort that true power is cultivated. The world may not notice at first, but the outcomes cannot be ignored forever. Taking action also shields you from doubt. Every step forward, no matter how small, is evidence that you are capable. It eliminates the voice of hesitation and replaces it with momentum. Action teaches lessons words never could. It reveals weaknesses, exposes opportunities, and proves resilience. Remember this: your reputation, your influence, and your success are built on the things you do when no one is watching. While others are busy talking, complaining, or waiting for permission, you are quietly moving forward. That is the invisible work that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Say it to yourself: I act. My actions are deliberate. My efforts are consistent. I do what I must without seeking validation. My results define me, not my words. Let this guide every choice you make, and you will notice that your life begins to shift in ways words alone could never achieve. Lesson 17. Embrace solitude. Solitude is not loneliness. It is a sanctuary where your mind gains clarity, where your spirit regenerates, and where your inner compass finds direction. The Stoics understood that too much dependence on external validation or company clouds judgment and diffuses energy. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." In a world that demands constant attention, constant connection, constant stimulation, choosing solitude is revolutionary. It is where you confront your true self, strip the pretense, distractions, and the noise of others' expectations. It is where you hear your own thoughts clearly and decide what truly matters. Solitude teaches self-reliance. When you are alone, you must make decisions without guidance, without applause, without pressure. You learn to trust your judgment. You learn to rely on your discipline. You learn that your peace, focus, and progress are not contingent on anyone else. It also cultivates depth. The person who spends time reflecting in silence gains perspective. They see patterns others miss. They understand motivations others overlook. Solitude becomes a forge where wisdom, patience, and resilience are strengthened. But embracing solitude is not about retreating from life. It's about preparing for it. It's the stillness before the storm, the pause before action. From this quiet place, you move with intention, not reaction. You speak with purpose, act with clarity, and respond with thoughtfulness. Say it to yourself: I honor my solitude. I use it to recharge, reflect, and grow. In quiet, I find strength. In reflection, I find clarity. I do not fear being alone, for it is here I discover the power within me. Lesson 18. Master your habits. Your habits define you more than your ambitions, your plans, or your intentions. The Stoics knew that discipline is forged in repetition, not in inspiration. Seneca wrote, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Every choice you make daily is a thread in the fabric of your life. The small, consistent actions, waking up early, exercising, reading, reflecting, controlling your impulses, these accumulate into the person you become. Neglect them, and you are shaped by chance, convenience, and weakness. Cultivate them, and you are the architect of your destiny. Habits also protect you from the chaos of willpower. When your routines are strong, when discipline is built into your day, you no longer rely on motivation or luck. You act automatically, with precision, even when you don't feel like it. The disciplined mind resists distractions, resists impulses, and resists the excuses that sabotage ordinary people. Mastery of habits is mastery of yourself. It gives you freedom, because when your discipline is internalized, the world cannot shake you. You no longer wait for the perfect conditions, the perfect mood, or the perfect timing. You act consistently, relentlessly, because your habits carry you forward. Say it to yourself: I master my habits. I shape my days, my actions, and my outcomes. Discipline is my ally. Consistency is my strength. I am the architect of my life, and I build it one deliberate habit at a time. Lesson 19. Accept what you cannot change. Resistance is a source of suffering. The Stoics taught that struggling against what is beyond your control only drains energy, clouds judgment, and steals peace. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Life will test you with situations you cannot fix, people you cannot change, and outcomes you cannot predict. Your power does not lie in altering the world to suit you. It lies in adjusting yourself to face it with grace, clarity, and resilience. Acceptance is not surrender. It is wisdom. It is the acknowledgement of reality without unnecessary resistance. When you accept, you redirect your energy from frustration to action. You focus on what you can influence, your thoughts, your choices, your responses. You gain perspective, seeing obstacles as opportunities to grow rather than enemies to defeat. Acceptance creates calm amidst chaos, strength amidst adversity, and clarity amidst confusion. But acceptance is not passive. It is active engagement with reality. It demands honesty, courage, and self-discipline. It means you confront setbacks without blame. You face disappointments without despair, and you navigate uncertainty without fear. Say it to yourself, I accept what I cannot change. I release resistance and embrace reality. My energy is spent on what I can control, my mind, my actions, my responses. In acceptance, I find peace. In clarity, I find power. In understanding, I find freedom. Lesson 20. Live with purpose every day. A life without purpose is like a ship without a rudder, adrift, tossed by every passing wave, vulnerable to every storm. The Stoics understood that clarity of purpose is the compass that guides every decision, every action, every thought. Seneca wrote, if a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. Your purpose is not a distant goal or a future accomplishment. It is a guiding principle that shapes your present moment. It is a reason you wake up before dawn, the reason you endure discomfort, the reason you persist when the world tells you to quit. Purpose transforms suffering into meaning, chaos into direction, and effort into fulfillment. Living with purpose requires reflection, honesty, and courage. You must ask yourself daily, why am I here? What is my reason for this day? How can I contribute, grow, and align with my values? Your answers are not static. They evolve, but they anchor you. Without them, distractions, noise, and the opinions of others will sway you like reeds in the wind. Purpose also demands action. Thought alone will not suffice. Every decision, every habit, every interaction must reflect your reason for being. Purpose is a fuel that sustains discipline, the lens that clarifies choices, and the foundation upon which resilience is built. Say it to yourself, I live with purpose. Every day, every action, every thought is aligned with my values and my mission. I am deliberate, I am focused, I am unwavering. My life is guided by meaning, and my purpose illuminates my path through every challenge, every storm, and every triumph. You made it through all 20 lessons. Every insight, every principle, every reminder is here for one reason, to help you reclaim your power, your clarity, and your purpose. These lessons aren't just words. They are tools. They are keys. They are bridges from the life you've been living to the life you were meant to build. Transformation doesn't happen by chance. It happens by choice. Every day, every decision, every thought, and every action shapes the person you are becoming. You now hold the awareness, the understanding, and the guidance to act intentionally, to live deliberately, and to rise above the chaos of the world. The world will continue to test you. It will challenge your patience, your mindset, your resilience, and your courage. But now you know better. You understand that storms are temporary, that discomfort is growth, that self-respect is non-negotiable, and that your mind is your most powerful asset. Take these lessons, internalize them, and live them. Speak to yourself with kindness, act with integrity, guard your energy, embrace discomfort, and pursue your purpose relentlessly. Your better days are not somewhere out there. They are being shaped by the choices you make right now. Seal your commitment with this declaration. I am the author of my own transformation. I carry wisdom, not weight. I live with purpose. I act with intention, and I embrace the growth that life demands. I choose my responses. I honor my mind, and I step into the life I was meant to lead. Now, take these tools, share them with those who need them, and step forward. The world may want a reaction, but you have learned how to respond with clarity, strength, and purpose. This is your journey. Your transformation starts today.